Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're joined in the interview room by the clubhouse leader, Shane Lowry. Shane currently leads the championship on 7 under par. Shane, 2 under par, 69 today. What were your thoughts on today's performance?
Yeah, it was good. I felt like I went out there, I was in control of my ball, did all the right things for a lot of the round. And then when I got in a bit of trouble, I felt like I really finished the round well. So, I'm pretty happy with today. To be leading this tournament after 2 days it's why you come here. It's why we're here. So, yeah, I'll sit back and watch a bit of golf in the afternoon and see where it leaves me come the end of the day, and get out there tomorrow. And the job tomorrow, I suppose, is try and put myself in a position to win this tournament on Sunday, and that's what I'll try and do.
Okay, we'll take questions from the floor. Microphone number 1, Phil.
Shane, could you just talk us through number 11, but also more particularly how you responded to it over the last few holes?
Yeah, I did the hard part. I hit my drive where you could find it, which is obviously it's a hard thing to do in that hole, but and I had a nice lie in the rough, and I got a little bit distracted on the right just as I was over the shot, and I kind of lost a bit of train of thought, and you're so afraid of going right there that I just snagged the club and went left, and then from there I hit a great provisional. The referee asked me going down, did I want to find my first one, and I said no, so I assumed that was okay. And then we get down there and somebody had found it, so apparently we have to find it then, or you have to go and identify it, which I thought if you declared it lost before it was found, that you didn't have to go and identify it. But I felt like through that whole process of that 20 minutes, it was whatever it was, of taking the drop, seeing where I could drop, I felt like I was very calm and composed, and really knew that I was doing the right thing, and I felt like Darren did a great job too. I just kind of, he kept telling me we have loads of time, we don't need to rush this, we just need to, do the right thing here. And to be honest, I was happy enough leaving there with a 6. It was not like, it wasn't a disaster. I was still leading the tournament, and I think the 12th hole for me was key. 12 was playing very difficult straight into the wind, and I hit driver 4-iron there, 2 of the best shots I've hit all week. To about 30 feet and mid-par there, and from then on I felt like down out of the left coming in, it was playing quite difficult, but I felt like you could give yourself chances on the way in, and that's what I did.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah, Shane, you look just remarkably composed really for the last 2 days, never really flustered at all by anything. Maybe that moment on the 11th perhaps, but can you describe the feelings you get when you come to a links course? Do you feel when it's windy and it's blowy like this that maybe you've got a little bit of an advantage? Do you feel a comfort level in that?
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Like I get to conditions like this, and I know I can do it. I know I can deal with it. And there's an art, or there's a it's quite difficult to stand up there from 190 yards and make yourself hit a 4-iron as low as you can. It's quite difficult to tell yourself that. So I feel like the 3 weeks I've had at home, the golf I've played in Ireland, coming here and doing my recce here a few weeks ago, I feel like that's all helped. But I have felt quite calm and composed over the last couple of days. I felt really in my comfort zone, and I'm pretty happy with how things have gone.
Okay, microphone number 2, just in the front.
Shane, obviously leading at the halfway stage, competition you've won before. How does it change when you're leading? Everyone's chasing you, and how much can you lean into that previous experience from years ago going into the weekend?
Yeah, I suppose, look, I'm going to obviously have very late tee time tomorrow. I'm not going to be playing for another 24 hours. So, I know what that's about. I know tomorrow is going to be a long day. But I've done it before. Going out there leading a tournament that who knows if I'm going to be leading by the end of the day. With these conditions, probably will be. But we'll have to wait and see. It's you just go out, and for me, it's just all about going out and playing my own game, shooting the best score I can, and then seeing where it leaves me at the end of the day. Trying not to worry about what other people are doing, and just trying to take care of your own personal stuff.
Okay, John, on the right.
Are you a good front runner?
I wouldn't say I'm a good runner. I don't know. You know, I've put myself there in a few big tournaments and I've managed to knock them off. So I've done it a few times. I don't know. It's it's hard to win tournaments. So, we'll see. I'll tell you Sunday evening.
Can I have a quick follow-up? How much stronger was the wind and how much harder was the wind at the end of your round compared to the beginning?
Yeah, the front nine is going to be playing very difficult this afternoon, because the wind is like a quarter different than it was maybe yesterday when we played. The back nine was nearly straight out of left with a little bit of help, but it's got more help today. So the back nine, although it would have been downwind, plays easier. But yeah, the front nine is going to be very difficult, and that wind is very strong. So the golf will be interesting this afternoon.
Okay, Phil.
Shane, you said on the second shot at 211 you lost your train of thought.
Yeah.
Firstly, was that a joke?
No, yeah.
Was it a camera going off
Yeah,
or
just
anything?
there was a cameraman there, and he was walking up, and I asked him to stop and move back, and he just kind of stayed there. And as I was over, he put his camera up, and I kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I should have stood off it. My own fault. But,
And secondly, David Howell was commentating with your group for Sky Sports. He said the fella who found your ball was feeling a bit sheepish when he realised that you probably didn't want that to happen. Were you aware of that, and did you see the spectator who found it?
No, I didn't. No, didn't see anyone. I just was trying to figure out what I was going to do, how I was going to make a 5 or a 6.
Okay, next question in the front here.
Shane, you took a really deep breath before playing that provisional. You kind of closed your eyes, looked up, and it was obviously a reset. Is there something you go to? Is there a process you use in a situation like that?
No, sometimes you are in a frame of mind that it works better for, you get on with it better than other times. And, this week feels to be, in my head feels like that, where I think I'm ready to take what comes, take what's given to me out there, and almost ready without being negative, I'm ready to, anything that's thrown at me, I feel like I'm ready to take it on the chin and move on. And I just have to deal with it and try and, make the best of it and see where it leaves me.
Okay, microphone number 1.
Showing your emotions is something that I think is both a calling card for you and something that I'm sure sometimes maybe you run hot. How do you go about balancing that as something you want to use, but also maybe not let it get the worst of you?
Yeah, I don't know. I can get a bit down on myself and a bit hot-headed at times, but I really feel like that's why I've had the career I've had. I've spoken to people and my coach and my team about this at times, and if I go out there and try to be somebody I'm not, you're just not going to be successful. That's how I feel. And I just, like I say it all the time, if I go out there and be myself, I feel like I can do very well. So allow myself to do that, and yes, without getting in your own way. It can help you at times.
Okay, we'll take 2 more questions. Number 2.
Is there anything in particular you did differently to prepare for this week compared to perhaps past Opens?
No, but I played. I didn't play the Scottish Open last week. I played the Scottish Open last year, and it was the first time I missed a cut in the Open in a few years. So I decided not to play it this year. I always say 2 of my favourite weeks of the year are the week before the Masters and the week before the Open, where I like being at home in Florida, preparing for Augusta. I go on a trip there. I just like the kind of routine of getting ready for a big tournament, and I always really enjoy my week in Ireland the week before the Open, and I go around and play some links golf and hang out with my friends, and I really feel like that puts me in a good frame of mind going in to play a big tournament.
Okay, the final question in front here.
Shane, congratulations today. When you win big. Should the chasers be worried about you in this form?
I don't know. Let them, honestly, I'm not sure Scotty Scheffler's too worried about anyone, you know what I mean, with the form he's in. So, he's obviously on the leaderboard, and he's one person that people are going to be talking about. There's some other guys there as well. I see Justin Rose going well. This guy, Daniel Brown, I've never played with him, but obviously he had a great day yesterday and looks to be going all right today. I don't know. I think if I give myself a chance on Sunday, I know I can do it, and that's as good a position to be in as any.
Okay, we'll bring things to a close there. Shane, thanks for your time and well played today.
Thank you.